everyone, Maddie here with Anime Fire, and today I am talking to voice actor David Vincent. How are you today?
I am doing great. Doing great. Thanks for having me. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. Thank you so much for being here. We're very excited to chat with you.
Well, likewise, I am excited to be chatted with. No, I'm kidding.
It's always fun. Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm excited too.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about your journey into becoming a voice actor?
Yeah, absolutely. So I started my first foray into acting was all the way back in high school, and I got a part in the high school play, Guys and Dolls, and I got super excited by it and had fun. And when I went to college, I went to the University of Colorado in Boulder, and I actually got my degree in journalism. But one of the greatest things about being there is that the theater department was open, which meant that you didn't have to be a theater major to do all the plays. And so I did all the plays while I was studying journalism, and got my degree, graduated from CU, and made a beeline for New York City. And I hit the stage. And so I just started doing stand-up, sketch comedy, theater. I was on the stage all throughout Manhattan for about 5 years. And there was a period, or not a period, but I was doing a show in Times Square at a little theater called Don't Tell Mama. And I was doing a bunch of voices. I was making fun of TV commercials. It was a comedy show. And there was a voiceover agent in the audience, and that is, she came up to me after my show and was like, "Do you have an agent?" And I was like, "No, here's my card. You need to call me." And so that's how I first got introduced into the world of voiceover.
That's so cool. I feel like the pipeline to voice acting starts with theater. I feel like a lot of you guys as voice actors start in the theater, and I think that that's so fun.
Yeah, for sure. It did for me. I loved it. I had a great time doing it, and it was a real natural transition into that world.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember going on your first audition for a voiceover?
I do. It was for a Rolling Rock beer radio commercial, and it was my very first audition, and I booked it. I got it, and so that audition is what really kind of set me on this path. So.
That's really cool. That is awesome. And now here you are voicing some really incredible anime characters.
Yeah.
Which is so fun. And
I have a couple real quick caveats. I want to give some credit where credit's due with the anime world. And there are multiple people, but Steve Bloom, Liam O'Brien, and Sam Riegel, and there's just a number of folks that were instrumental in introducing me into this world, and so I got to give them a shout out for introducing me, because I've just loved every part of it since I was introduced to it.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Very cool. Well, thank you guys for getting David on this path. That's so cool. Yeah, absolutely.
I agree.
Yeah. And so Bungo Stray Dogs just wrapped up season 5. The finale actually aired today on October 4th. And now that you're done with this season and this arc, what were your thoughts on the character of Fukuchi?
Holy cow. Good Lord. I honestly, like, that show was, the director, Kirsty is her name. It was full of so many twists, and it was powerful. It was the storytelling in that, with that character in particular, and with Bungo Stray Dogs, I was kind of blown away. To be honest with you, just with everything. I'm not going to give away any spoilers for anybody who's listening or watching this on what happens. But I was really blown away with what was going on. It's not often when I'm recording on a project and that I'm going to the director like, "What the?" and the director's going, "Yeah." So it was intense. It was really good, really good. I loved it.
Yeah, it was amazing. Your performance was incredible. You know, for Fukuchi, he starts out as the villain. You know, he starts out, you think he's the good guy. Well, you know, he's on the side of the law, right? Yeah. You know, you think he's a good guy, and then he turns out to be the big bad.
Yeah.
And then you learn why he's the big bad, and you feel sorry for him.
Yeah.
And I, as a fan, did not want to like Fukuchi, because I was not happy with him. But then that backstory was deep, like you said, mind blowing. Just all
Yeah,
sorts of twists.
all kinds of twists, and you're exactly right. It went from like, oh, okay, so he's a good guy, super baddie. And I don't want to give away spoilers for folks who haven't seen it, but there's a lot
Mm-hmm.
more to it. He's not just a baddie. There's a lot
Mm-hmm.
going on back there, and then how the season ends. Wow,
Yeah.
I was really blown away. It was a lot of fun, and I'm just very proud to have been a part of it because it was just extremely well done. What a great show.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. And so, kind of a fun little silly question. Who would you think would win in a fight, Otasaku or Fukuchi, since they both do the time
Yeah,
jumping?
I know. I don't know. Oda. I don't know. I'm thinking that's a tough one. It would be a tough match, but I'll lean towards Oda.
Yeah. Yes, I would want him to win, so I'm a
Yeah.
little biased. Yeah, absolutely. And so this isn't the first time you have voiced, someone who's less than a good guy, right? You were in
Yeah.
Deadly Sins, where you were one of the Ten Commandments.
Yeah.
Um, what is it like getting prepared for a villain role versus the good guy?
Gosh, it's for me, and I tend to get cast as bad guys, and I'm like, am I being typecast? No, I, it's always it's always funny, but I always wind up playing these bad guys. But for getting prepped for the role, voiceover is different than doing like a film or TV job or something along those lines, is because a lot of it really is cold reading. And so you don't get access other than if you've watched, in an anime or something like that, where it's the animation is already done. If you have the opportunity to watch it prior, you'll have an understanding of what's going on. But we tend to not get the scripts ahead of time, so a lot of it's really kind of um, at the moment at the beginning of your session. And what you do is you go through, and then the director will play back what you did in the last time. And or if you're auditioning for it and it's a new character, you have a character description, and so you look at that character description and what are those character traits, and so then you embrace those character traits, and then you look at the dialogue, and then you really blend those traits into that dialogue, and that's what really breathes life into the characters. Both good and bad, but specifically for bad, as you look at those traits, what kind of a bad guy is he? Is he a Gilgamesh? Is he a deliciously evil, or is he more of a Grimjow? Or he's like super gruff? So you really have to kind of look at those traits, and then embrace those traits and bring that to the dialogue and the action of what's happening, and that's really what breathes the life into those characters.
Right, absolutely. And do you prefer like playing the antagonist versus the protagonist, or do you kind of like them both?
I like them both. They both pay. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I like them both, but I think that the antagonists are just fun.
Hmm.
You get to do a lot of really fun stuff as a bad guy. Protagonists are always great, and I think they're terrific. But I tend to play a lot of bad guys, and so
Hmm.
hopefully I'm good at it. Hopefully I'm doing a good job with it. So,
I mean, we as fans fully believe that you're doing a great job. I feel
thank
like,
you.
I love hearing you in these things. And I recently became a Seven Deadly Sins fan, and it was fun to hear you. I was like, hey, I know him. That's
Thank
David.
you. Thank
Yeah, you
you.
did fantastic. And then on the side of good guys, you voiced Nanami in Jujutsu
Yes.
Kaisen, who is like
Yes.
the best guy.
Yeah.
Um, and in this season two, you got to voice a younger version of
Yeah.
Nanami. What was it like to explore that part of his life?
I mean, it was for me. It's just really cool. Nanami is just such I think he's a huge character.
Hmm.
I mean, obviously he's not as featured as Gojo and things like that, but just that character in particular, there's so much going on with Nanami, and getting to go in and explore, the past with Nanami and his history, I thought was really cool. It's just super intriguing to be able to, similar to what we did with Fukuchi, is going
Hmm.
in and really just exploring, what's underneath that character, what's underneath Nanami, and how did he become who he is, you know
Yeah.
so for me, it's been a lot of fun. We're actively recording it right now, the season.
Hmm.
So I'm embracing what's coming, as the episodes are being recorded, and I'm discovering at the same time. I'm aware of like kind of what happens in the season, so I know what's going on. But as we record on it, I'm getting the opportunity to really explore more just about the depth of his character, and it's really cool.
Yeah, that is really cool. Yeah, I was going to say, now that you have the knowledge of who Nanami was as a teenager and what he went through, does that kind of change the way you play him in this season?
It doesn't necessarily change the way I play him, but what it does is it provides an incredible amount of context as to who he is.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you're trying to breathe life into a character, you can take that. It's called character development.
Yeah.
And so you're developing the character, and when you get that context and you get that history of that character, of who they were as a younger person, and then you can use that to breathe life into that character and use that in the how you portray the character moving forward. So I definitely do, and again, for me, it's just it's exciting to be able to explore more of Nanami in that way.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. That's so cool. And we have Shibuya in full swing.
It is.
It's a very intense, very action-packed arc. Do you know what's coming, or are you keeping yourself spoiler-free?
I'm aware, not because I went actively pursuing it, but because a lot of people are very excited by the show. I am equally as enthusiastic, but the cat was let out of the bag unintentionally. They didn't know that I didn't know, but that's okay. I'm not worried about it, and I hold no grudges over it. It's no big deal to me. But no, I'm aware of some big things that happen, with my character, and so that's all I'll say about that. I don't want to give any spoilers to anybody else. So
right, yes. Yeah. As an anime only, it's nice to be able to just watch as it comes, versus those of us who are caught up with the manga and actively are just ready, but not ready.
Yeah, exactly. It's powerful stuff, and also, I mean, here's the thing: is the memes that are out there. I don't know if you've seen the memes.
I saw the memes.
Yeah, and so they're out there, and so it's very tough, and if you're trying to not spoil it, you have to be focused on not getting spoiled, because there's a lot of information, a lot of memes and things like that that are out there.
Right. Yeah, because the Jujutsu Kaisen fandom has to cope in some way because it's such an intense series.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So how are you feeling about Nanami's arc this time around? Are you excited about it?
I mean, I'm excited, but I'm not. But yeah, I'm excited just because of just the character and who he is, and just the opportunity that I get personally as an actor to play him, and to be a part of just an incredible franchise for me is this would be definitely one of my career highlights.
That's really cool. Are you keeping up with any anime in general right now?
I wish I was. My schedule is, to be honest, my schedule is so intense that I have been unable to really have the downtime to be able to enjoy. But I did just recently get my subscription to Crunchyroll, so I intend to remedy that, but I have to let my schedule kind of calm down a little bit first.
Yeah, that makes sense. Do you have any on your radar that you kind of know what you're going to watch or what you're wanting to watch?
I did, and it's one that I'm in, and I'm not trying to be egotistic, but there was a kind of a teaser, Fate Strange Fake. From the Fate series, Fate Stay Night, Fate Zero, those that series, and so I did watch that. I was pretty excited by that. I'm also just because of what's going on, I'm watching the Bungo Stray Dogs. So, but any that are on my radar, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm going to have to wait and explore and see what's coming up.
Yeah, that's very
cool.
What
are you watching?
I'm watching One Piece. I just started on my journey of the anime after watching the live action.
We'll see you in 10 years. Yeah.
Yes. Right. Yeah. I am watching, I'm keeping up with Jujutsu Kaisen. I just finished up the dub for Bungo today. What
Awesome.
else am I watching?
Awesome.
I'm watching Seven Deadly Sins. I'm watching Yamada-kun. I forgot what the full name is. It's a really one of those anime with a really long name.
Yeah.
It's like a feel good, like slice of life show that I like to throw in with the trauma that
Yeah.
Jujutsu Kaisen and Bungo Stray Dogs brings. And then I have my comfort shows like Skate the Infinity and stuff that I kind of
Yeah.
keep on repeat. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Keep an eye out. There's a million episodes of One Piece, but I play a character in One Piece that I loved playing. I had no idea that One Piece was so funny. And I went in, and this has probably been 5 years ago that I went in to record the character. But I worked with Joel McDonald on there, and I absolutely laughed hysterically throughout the entire process just because I had no idea just how good One Piece was.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I was not expecting it to be as funny as it is.
Yeah,
I was not expecting it to be as like heart wrenching as it
yeah,
is, with
yeah,
the backstories. I mean, I should have expected it with the Shonen Jump, like they have tragic backstories.
yeah, yeah.
But it's fantastic. And when I watched the live action, I had a feeling I was going to want to watch the anime, and of course, 5 minutes into the live action, I went, "Uh oh, now I have to start. I have to. I'm in love with these characters, and now I have to watch."
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's good. Did you get a chance to watch the live action?
I haven't seen it yet. No, I
Okay.
haven't seen it yet. I've heard it is spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's just having a great time with it. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's going to be on my list to watch.
Yes, perfect. Yeah, you should absolutely. It's fantastic. So you will be attending Anime Pasadena in
Yes,
November. We
yeah,
are so excited about that.
I can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. What are you most excited about for the convention?
Just meeting fans. That to me is icing on the cake. That's the best part, honestly, about this career. And I've done this for a long time, and I really wasn't until the past, I don't know, 5-10 years that I started into going to conventions, and that to me has just been probably the most special and most rewarding part about my career is going to meet fans, share in the joy of what this is all about, meeting new people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm excited about. I really can't wait to go and just meet everybody and to just enjoy Anime Pasadena. I've never gotten to go to it, so I'm thrilled to be invited to go, and I think it's going to be a great time.
Yeah, it's going to be an awesome time. We're very excited. All right. So that's going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me.
Of course. Yeah, absolutely, Maddie. What a pleasure.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much. And we'll see you in Pasadena.